Hi guys, I am with Denise Price in Ohio. We are going to do a full face of makeup on her using only Arbonne products and kind of talk more about what we do with Arbonne and how to use these products in your everyday life. So I'm so excited, so I'm just going to jump in and get started. We'll probably ask each other a lot of questions and stuff. So yeah,
It's gonna be so fun.
So I'm actually going to have Denise prime her face first with using our primer. It's just super easier for her to do it herself.
And it feels literally like rose petals. This is like one of my favorite products.
It's actually one of the first products I ever got to demo.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's interesting.
But,
and I don't wear makeup and I still wear this.
Right. This is going to help your foundation stay on your face all day long, not crease as much when you get oily or if you have really dry skin.
You don't want to stop rubbing your face. It
Right?
feels so good. I just love it.
That's funny. Next, I'm going to use our liquid foundation. What's super nice about this is you can see it's all the way up here. I use it a ton. So hopefully this is Denise's color. This one is soft blush. But I love a beauty blender, so I'm going to be using that today. And I feel like this will just get into every crease and fine line more than a brush would. So I guess I will ask you a question first, Denise.
Yeah.
What made you start this whole Arbonne gig?
So I started 3 years ago, and I actually did not want to do this for the longest time. I actually told my friend no like 7 times because definitely thought it was a huge scam.
Yeah.
And that you needed to know a lot of people, be super outgoing, have a lot of extra time and money, and that was just something we didn't have. What we were living with was paycheck to paycheck. So like in my eyes, I was like, I can't even afford this stuff. But I desperately wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and the only way that was going to happen is if one of us did something different. So my friend, praise God, my friend was pleasantly persistent with me because once I finally went to something, actually, in all reality, I was going to this event just to get her off my back, to say like, okay, I finally went to something, now I'm done. Stop asking me to take a peek at this thing. But it was at the event where I saw the big picture and like how this has worked for so many different people just like me, and in tons of different stages of life and different walks and backgrounds. And so once I heard about like how this business would become willable to 3 generations, once you get to a certain level of management, that was what sold me. Because of being a young mama, that meant that I not only would take care of my kids, but my grandbabies too, even after I'm gone. So now, 3 years later, here we are, and I have you in Ohio with me.
Yep.
Doing my makeup. And yeah, I was able to retire from my full-time career after 3 months being part of the company, and then just this January, so like a week and a half ago, my husband was able to retire from his job too, so he can pursue his crazy dreams, and that's just something that would never have happened if it wasn't for this.
Yeah, we asked Garrett to join in and he didn't want to, so.
That would actually be hysterical, doing a little demo. He's up next.
Yeah.
We'll make him.
Yeah, next video coming soon.
Yes. That'd be fantastic. What about you? What made you want to give this thing a shot?
So it's pretty funny. I feel like every Arbonne person starts off with like, didn't want to do this. So I was the exact same way. I actually started the same month I started my MBA program. And I just did it for some extra cash. So I was in the classroom full time, and then I had volleyball right afterwards. So I didn't have time to make extra money besides a rinky-dinky job, I guess, that I didn't want to do. And so I was like, sure, why not? I like the products. I'll get some extra cash. And it took off. It just turned into so much more than that. I met some of my best friends that I have through this. I am using our concealer and the color Light. What I do is put this underneath her eyes. This is where most women carry all the blackness or swelling. I'm going to put it on the bridge of her nose. And then her Cupid's bow. I'm going to put an X on her chin, and then the same thing on her forehead. This just brings light to the part of your face that you want it to. you want to create that dimension. And so I will take the Beauty Blender that I just used and do the exact same thing. But anyway, so it turned into so much more than that. And I've been doing it ever since. So I went to get my MBA, fully expecting to work a corporate job and be slaved by the 9 to 5, which is totally not me. Like, I don't know why I ever thought I would want to do that. And then I'm actually able to have time freedom and do my dream, which is coach volleyball. And so I am so thankful that I just jumped in and said yes to this whole crazy thing, even though I didn't want to at first, like everyone else. But yeah, that's kind of my thing.
I love that. Dude, you need to teach me all your tricks. Because I've never heard of this X on the chin and the forehead.
Really?
Why an X or a plus sign or whatever you did?
So a lot of people, it doesn't matter what you do. It's just to get the product on those places. So you can do just like lines, X's, crosses, circles, anything. What you really want to focus on is underneath the eye. So Denise is looking up, which is what you want to do. You want to get underneath all the way to the eye. And that is basically all your liquid that's going on your face. So next we're going to be applying powders. And so the first one is our Setting Pretty Translucent Powder. This is actually one of the very first things I tried in our makeup line, and it's probably one of my favorites.
See, I never know. Isn't there like a rule with makeup artists, if you put a liquid on, you have to like...
You want to set it.
Okay.
So if you put liquid on, you want to set it immediately because it will just come off your face by the day as time goes on. So when you set a liquid with powder, it stays on way much longer. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just stamping the concealer with it with the same Beauty Blender. It's really nice. I've used all 3 products with the same thing. So it's not like you need to go buy a bunch of brushes to do this. That's why I really like this.
I need to get one. That's what I'm learning right now.
Go to Wally World, like $5. Whole minute for people who don't know what that is. And so I put the concealer right here too. I know it looks a little funny right now, but once you dust it away, it will be translucent. So that's what's good about the translucent powder. It just sets it and then goes away.
Isn't this called like baking or something?
Yes, so people can bake, and that means you keep it on for longer. So like really oily people, that's a good advantage for them because the oil will go through their liquid and their powder faster than a dry person would. I have like a mixed, so I'm pretty oily in some places, but then like dry as a desert in other places. So I've learned where to apply powder more than other places. So she looks a little funny. Got powder on your nose. That looks fine.
Super hot. Oh, I love it. Now, why do you choose to use these products? Like, what do you like about them?
So I'm a big makeup gal, so all my friends know this. And my thing was like, I wanted to use vegan products foremost before I ever even knew about Arbonne. And that means we're not tested on animals and we don't use animal byproducts. And so that was just a big deal for me personally. And Arbonne is completely vegan and cruelty free. So it's nice knowing I'm not putting dead animal fat on my skin.
No skunk butt.
And
cool.
No skunk butt. And nothing of that. And that's honestly causing you to age and wrinkle faster when you don't even know it. Okay, pausing. So this is actually one of my favorites. So if I'm just like hurrying, trying to get through the day, this is what I'll just put on all over my face, put some mascara on, and run out the door. And this has Got You Covered Mineral Powder Foundation. What's really nice is this has SPF in it. So you go out into the sun, and that's the most dangerous thing you can do is the sun. And so when you have SPF in not only your skincare, but your makeup, it's like double proof against your skin, which helps you not to age so fast. We have 4 colors that I think she matches. So I'm going to try to figure out which one matches her the best. I'm just going to trial and error.
That's kind of good to talk through. Like, how do you know if you have the right color?
So you actually, when you're testing makeup, you want to do it on your hand. That's the easiest way to test because most people have the same color of skin on their hand as their face. Because our hands don't tan as much as our rest of our bodies do, and so is our face, especially if we have SPF on it. So this one matches pretty well. And so I set the concealer with the translucent powder, and it also helps brighten those areas. This I'm going everywhere else.
Again, with the blender brush, it's super cool.
With the blender.
Or blender brush.
Blender, beauty blender, whatever. The puff thing, whatever you want to call it. What is your favorite Arbonne product that you use?
Oh gosh.
Let's talk about makeup. Let's do
makeup. Just makeup?
Yeah, we can narrow it down.
Okay, well, since I really suck at makeup, I literally don't do any of this kind of stuff. So this is all like, oh, okay.
This is what you use it for.
Yeah. I love the Duo concealer or contouring and highlighter stick. Okay. Because it makes me feel like I have actually done something magical to my face when really it was just a stick and I just blended in this stuff. So it looks like I can do contouring and highlighting when I really just colored on my face.
That's so funny.
Just blended it in. That's probably my favorite. Or I do love
like the CC cream.
I do, but it's probably in the top 5.
Yeah.
But the next one would definitely be the mascara.
That's what mine is.
Yeah, it's just so nice that it doesn't dehydrate your eyelashes, because I would always notice that I have really brittle eyelashes and they never seem to grow. Mm-hmm. And what I learned is that because I was always using waterproof mascara, and so now since that's it's not waterproof, it's really cool that it actually
stays on.
Yeah, still stays on, but it doesn't get it doesn't dehydrate everything. What about you? You said yours is mascara?
So mascara is definitely in the top. I love our mineral foundation that we just applied because it gets really good coverage, but doesn't look too cakey. Also, I'm applying her eyebrow pencil. This is in the color Light. I have the color Medium that we might be using as well. But what you want to do on this is just basically give yourself a full eyebrow. And try to make them look like twins, even though that's really impossible. So close to sisters, sister eyebrows.
Sister eyebrows. This is so fun.
But no one's eyebrows are fully perfect unless you get them tattooed. So this is when you want to kind of fill it in yourself.
I want to get your shape of eyebrows on my face.
It's all eyebrow pencil.
Seriously? So you can change the shape of your eyebrow with the eyebrow pencil?
Yeah, most definitely you can change it. Obviously, you can't drastically. You can't make it skinnier. You can make it thicker, longer.
I want it to be yours. Right? Your shape. I love your shape. It's so different. I feel like mine's just oh, there. There. Yep. No matter.
There it is. But it's super easy. And now you have thick, full eyebrows. What's also nice is you have this little spoolie at the end. You can brush it.
I've heard it's kind of like a magic eraser for your eyebrows. If you mess up, just rub it multiple times.
So what's really nice is if you're applying mascara and you get mascara on the top of your lid or down here, you can actually use your spoolie and take that off instead of getting a Q-tip and then taking off everything underneath which you just applied. Yes. And so that's what's really nice about it. Okay, so the fun part now is we are doing her eyes. We have a volume 1 and a volume 2 palette. We have 2 eyeshadow palettes. Volume 1 is probably more of a natural look. So you have your browns, a little bit of green, darker browns. And then you also have glitter in those. And this one has a lot purples, blues, and then your black. So this one's you can definitely complete a look, but your other one is going to be more of an everyday, get me out of the door, but look like you have a face full of makeup on.
This is, once again, something else. I have no idea what I'm doing.
So I'm going to be taking sand right here. This is a nice transition color. And I'm just going to be placing this. First time I'm using a brush. First I'm going to place this all over her eyelid.
How do you know which brushes to use?
That is something that I've learned over time. YouTube, honestly. That's actually why I kind of started, is I started watching people put makeup on YouTube, and it just intrigued me a lot. And I think it's art, honestly. Like, people can do whatever they want to their face and make it look however they want. There's no rules when applying your own makeup, I feel like.
Have you ever done like a really fun Halloween look?
Oh, yes. I was a unicorn last year, and so the glitter was involved, let's say that.
Amen. As it should be.
Yes, lots and lots of glitter, but nothing like paint and like full face. I'm not that good. Definitely leave those people to the artist. So to create dimension, you want to add like a darker brown or a darker tone. So I'm going to be using Clove in the corner of her eye.
So what would you say is like one of your favorite things about doing Arbonne?
Ooh, it's hard. Definitely the community. So I kind of mentioned it before. I met one of my closest friends through Arbonne, and so being able to spend more time with her and meet new people, that's a big deal for me. I'm a major extrovert, so I don't mind meeting people, and so when I make a new friend, I feel like it's hard sometimes for us women to make new friends. And so that was definitely a perk, is getting all these friends that root you on to do good in your business. And I know you're an introvert, but
I know.
you still thrive. Can you want to explain that?
No, it's so funny. It is very interesting. It's definitely actually made me way more confident. And I was that girl who was like always super shy, wanting to go to the corner and just like watch everybody and never be in the center of things, because unless I knew the group of people, then it was totally different. But like meeting brand new people was always actually really scary for me, which is so sad. But it just, I don't know, the personal development that you just gain in this business is unlike any other organization, company I've ever worked for before. They truly want you to be like the best version of yourself. And that's just something that not only has made me like a better businesswoman, but I feel like I have more, I don't know, it's developed me as a mom and as a wife and as a friend. Like, it's made me a better communicator, a better listener. And oh my gosh, I swear, the whole community aspect. I had a really good group of girlfriends and definitely did not think I needed anybody else. And then I met these women and these guys, and I was just like, oh man, like, I want to be surrounded by people like that. I remember when I first, that meeting that I went to, that I was going to tell my friend Ray, stop it. It was that meeting that I met also one of my best friends, Faith Rodriguez. And when Ray was introducing me to Faith, she was like, Faith said, when you're having a really bad day, Ray is somebody that you want to find in the crowd. And to me, I'm just like, that's like one of the best compliments you could ever receive. So that spoke volumes to me, thinking like, okay, these are the type of people I would surround myself with, because, you know, you can be surrounded by a lot of toxic people and
not know it.
Yep. So it was a really, really awesome. Empowering. That's
what's great. I feel like everyone's different in Arbonne. No one has to be an extrovert. No one has to be an introvert to thrive at this.
Praise God.
I finished her eyes. I put some glitter on the top of her lid. I like that kind of sparkles when you start talking to people and when your eyes catches the light. Next, this is actually one of my favorite products that came out. We've all been like, give us a face palette, and they finally did. So we are going to use our bronzer. We're actually going to use all three of these things. So there's a blush and a highlight. We're going to go with bronzer first. I like to pick a little dome brush out, a little circle, tap some excess off. You can always go in with more, so you don't ever want to start off with too much and then have that muddy look. And I'm gonna start off on her ear and then go down to her smile. And it's kind of just like a nice line, not too harsh. And I use circular motions.
See, this is something this intimidates me.
Doing bronzer?
Yes, that's why I use that stick.
Yes, so we have a stick that we can pull out too to kind of show you what we're talking about. And that's super easy as well. You literally just draw it on your face and then kind of blend it in. Super nice. That's what is super nice, is that everything comes with directions. You're like, what the heck do I do with this? Like, you know right when you get it. And anyone can do it. That's what's really nice about makeup, is there's no rules involved.
So other than makeup products, what other products do you love?
Oh my gosh. So I love our fizzies. They're like crack to me.
Hallelujah.
Right? So I actually used to be addicted to coffee when I was in college, like most college students are. You gotta wake up and go to class and survive the day, stay up late, do exams. And so what I'm doing now is pushing this into her hairline so it blends all nice and even. And you want to do that so it's not just a muddy look. You just put brown on the top of your forehead and that's it.
I've seen some people, so I know what you're saying.
Exactly. Okay, so definitely fizzies for sure. That's hard. Protein gets me through the day. Definitely more nutrition more than anything, I feel like, through Arbonne. Which is awesome because everyone has their thing that they do.
Yeah, because mine's more, I mean, now I love nutrition, but when I first got started, it was all skincare.
Skincare, yeah.
But for me, like, I struggled really badly with acne scarring because I was a picker in high school, and so I had some great little scars. And it was really nice that, like, the Genius pads, they completely, like, cleared up all, like, the craters in my face.
Yes.
And that was something, I tried so many different products and nothing ever worked.
I'm going to use our blush now called Moonstone. It has a little shimmer in it, so you want to be careful. You just want to tap it off, and then if you want to add more, you add more.
Am I supposed to, like, make a face?
You can. I can do it either way. I like when I do, I'm like, I look like a goober when I do it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to do is put this right above the bronzer. Kind of mesh it in together. I do it all the way up and down instead of just on your apples.
Oh.
But yeah.
So do you feel like blush is really important?
I love blush, so I feel like it brings color back into your face instead of just being like, you just put a lot of brown and tan on it, so you just want to be like, okay, I need some color back in here besides on your eyes. Next, I will be using Stardust. This is this one. And this, I use a big fluffy brush, and this is her highlight.
Ooh, I do love highlight.
I tend to go overboard on highlight, but like, why not glow from the gods, you know?
I've never looked at you and been like, wow.
Too much.
You've always looked good.
Thank you. But I'm putting this just on the little cheekbone, so when she starts moving and light will catch it.
That's my favorite right there. The
little
nose.
tip nose.
It's so cute.
And I'm going to put your Cupid's bow, or bowl, whatever one you want to call it. But yes, I do like a nose highlight. One of my favorite places to put highlight is in the corner of your eyes. So I will actually take a very tiny brush and do that.
Have you ever poked somebody in the eye with this?
No, don't jinx me. She jinxed me in the eye.
That would be really intimidating as a makeup artist.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like, for sure.
Oh. That's why I would not do it. I don't want to blind somebody.
Right?
That would be the cause of them not being able to see anymore in life.
Speaking of blinding yourself, we have eyeliner, and I will not do this. I don't want to poke her in the eye, so I'm going to let her put her eyeliner on.
Let me... Okay, so this is going to be the real funny part.
Your face.
I'm going to be so bad doing this, okay? Look at that. You can't do this gracefully.
You really can't. Mascara, you can't do that either. You just gotta do it.
Is there a rule about, like, only go in so far?
There's no rules in makeup, remember?
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that works.
I like that. So I definitely like eyeliner. It opens up your eyes a lot more. And then with just shadow. And I will also have her put mascara on the bottom of her eyes as well.
Now here comes the
weird face.
Yeah. Looks real good. Nice. I love this mascara.
I definitely feel like my lashes grow instead of just being like taken off when I put mascara on.
How long does it take for you to put on a full face of makeup?
So if I'm like rushing, going through it, probably like 15 minutes, like for a full face, like everything. On days that I don't care, I probably put RCC cream on and then like some mascara and then call it good. Okay, so the fun part for me is trying to pick out a lipstick. She's wearing gray, so she can actually probably go with any 3 of these. I say we go bold, if you're up for it. I kind of like this one.
Let's
It's
do
very
it.
autumny. You like that one?
Do I do just
Yeah,
both?
let's do this one. So what's nice about this is you can either go matte and keep it matte, or the other side has a gloss on it and you can put gloss on top. So I'm going to let her put her matte on, and I'm only going to put gloss on a certain part of her lip.
It's very hot. I'm the worst. I don't even know how to put this on.
You're doing great.
No, I'm not. Until I...
You probably shouldn't talk when you do
Oh,
it.
that's true. Oh, hot dang. Okay.
That is so funny.
Tell me, while I'm doing this, tell me what has been one of your most monumental moments in Arbonne?
Monumental moment. So when my sister joined my business, that was probably my biggest monumental moment. Is I've always been wanting her to join me, and I know she has a huge why in what she wants to do with life. In her life, she ultimately wants to be a stay-at-home mama, and for me to help her achieve that means the absolute world to me. And so when she joined my business and she promoted very quickly, that was huge for me. Like that was, it makes me get all fuzzy inside. But yes, definitely my sister. You never think you get to work with your sister, you know, and so
that's very true.
So what I'm doing, I'm adding the gloss part only to the center of her lips. So I'm not going to do her whole lip, but this kind of adds dimensions as well. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And just a little bit of a tweak makes the biggest difference.
Ooh. It's really good. Oh gosh, did I just... No,
you're good.
Okay.
Looks good. Looks good. Okay,
I'm so bad at makeup.
No, you're not. Okay, so the last thing, which is so fun, is our refreshing spray. So once you're done with your whole face, you want to make it stay all day long, so you're going to set it. So you're going to spray this. Pull your hair back so you're not just getting all wet. And then she's just going to close her eyes, and afterwards she's going to try to stay still. Okay, I'm spraying so you're not freaked out. Okay, and we can fan it. What's super nice, it's super fine. It's not like coating your face in liquid. So if you want to look to the camera, this is your final look.
Hello.
But yeah, guys, that is a full face of using Arbonne makeup. It's so easy. There's no rules, which is super nice. You can do what you like and what you want. But yeah, thanks for watching.
So exciting. Thank you.
Bye. Catch you in the next one.
Why do we do this?